Okay, so today's guest is Sonya Lock. Thank you very much for talking with me today.
Thanks, Tashayla. Thanks for coming up to Pierce.
Yeah, thanks for getting me on, Pierce. For those listening at home, I left my wallet in the office and we had a little trouble getting me onto base. But we're here now.
We got there in the end.
We got there in the end. So what do you do on Pierce Base?
I'm the Base Aviation Safety Officer here and also the Base Search and Rescue Officer. So I liaise with the CHC helicopters and help them out when they need some things done around the base, and also when there is a search and rescue task, I'm the liaison and the intermediary, I guess, for them, and anything that's sort of aviation safety related sort of lands on my desk.
Great. So what drew you to that position?
Kind of luck, or maybe not luck, I'm not really sure, but I was here at Pierce anyway. I was initially an air traffic controller here, and then I changed over to operations officer, and I got a job with 79 Squadron as the operations officer there. As a result of wanting to stay here at Pierce, I asked if there were any other positions, and this position came up, and I took it.
Do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Most of the time. It's a pretty busy job, but yeah, I am learning a lot. So it's a great job. It's very challenging, but just the reach of what I can do and things that I didn't even know sort of existed, and what Pierce actually did, I'm sort of getting a lot more of an appreciation of that now. So from that aspect, it's actually a really good job.
Great. And this isn't the only thing you do. You're also an author and a small business owner?
Yes. So small business part of it, I make candles. And initially the candle making was to help me fund the writing of my book, because that was my goal, my end state actually. So that was sort of on the side, and now that I got a little bit of money behind me, I was able to start the production of my book, and the book is actually at pre-sale stage now. So it's written, the illustrations are done, and the graphic design is just finishing off his last bits and pieces, and then it goes to print in a couple of weeks for hopefully 18th of October.
Wow. Pretty soon then. That's exciting.
It is exciting. It's been a long road. It's been going for about 14 months now.
Wow.
So it has been a long road, but it's all coming to the end, and it's now that I see it and it's coming to fruition, it's all been worth it.
So what is the name of the book?
The book's called Stormclouds to Sunshine.
And what is it about?
So it's about a little girl, Kat, and she's 8 years old, and she has issues with body image, which is pretty much something that most people, I think, particularly women, have issues with. The idea for the book just came from the fact that, yes, we do all have body image issues, and I started doing some research and realised that children as young as 5 are actually having these sorts of issues and having dissatisfaction with the way they look, and I just thought someone needs to do something.
Yeah,
and
5?
Yeah, 5.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's lots of statistics out there to say people as young as 5 are starting to have these issues, and girls, 80% of girls by the age of 10 have actually considered going on a diet or have been on a diet of some description.
10? You haven't even hit puberty at 10.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Yep. It's scary.
That just absolutely blew my mind. I mean, I was a late bloomer. I think I hit puberty when I was like 15, and I didn't buy my first bra until I was like 18 or 19. So as a skinny small girl with no boobs, I had my fair share of body image issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Still do, but
definitely. And I think with just the influx of social media and all of that kind of stuff, and the airbrushing and all of the cosmetic surgery that's so readily available, how can you not have some kind of hang up about your looks and how much you want to change the way you look as well?
No, you're right. Social media and all those places that tell you need to look a certain way and you need to have boobs this big and hair this colour, and
exactly,
it's a lot of pressure on people. I didn't realise it was so young though.
Yeah, very much. And even my own 5-year-old son actually has been looking in the mirror saying he hates the way he looks and he wants to look like his best friend Aston, and I'm like, no, you're gorgeous. Yeah, so it's definitely started. So this book is just, it touches on the body image, and it has a really happy ending at the end, and has a message not only for the kids but for the parents or the carers that are reading it as well. It makes them second guess what they say in front of their children as well, so that they stop themselves, so that the kids don't pick up on it.
You're right, there's a lot of things that we say or do that we don't realise is actually impacting on children and how they perceive themselves.
Definitely, and we don't think that they're listening, or we don't think that they're watching, but they do, and it really hits them on a subconscious level.
Yeah, and then they start emulating that, and we've got big problems then.
Exactly, and then it's hard to go back from that.
Yeah. Wow, okay, so book's due out in October. I see a couple of pictures of the book on your social media accounts. It looks really, really cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a fabulous illustrator, and she just knew exactly what I wanted. I just told her what I wanted, and she's come up with the goods, and we really didn't have to tweak a lot. So I was really lucky getting her So yeah, I'm really happy with the result.
Great.
Yeah.
So the book's come about because you wanted to help people with their issues. Did you have any issues?
Yeah. So I guess just like everybody else, I certainly had my fair share of issues. I grew up, I think I pretty much had issues from the moment I was born because I was a premature baby and my mother was quite frightened I was so small, and she used to overfeed me, and I think by the time I was 8 years old I was eating the same amount of food as my dad, so that just contributed to my eating issues. And then when I was about 18 or 19 I wanted to join the Air Force, and I got through all of my testing, but they sort of said to me, look, you've passed everything, but hey, you need to lose a bit of weight. And I had to go out and lose about 30 kilos, get into the healthy range. So I was determined, so I went out and I lost the weight, and then I got in, obviously. And that for me, I thought that was the end of my issues. And then I went on a deployment to Afghanistan, and that wasn't such a great experience. So when I got back, I had a few sort of issues from that, and so got some help, as you do, and I was getting some treatment, and it sort of became quite apparent that the issues that I had in Afghanistan kind of contributed to how I used to feel about myself. And I didn't actually know that because that was normal for me. But I had like a lot of like self-hate, self-loathing issues, negative relationships with food, and punishing myself for having a glass of wine or a Tim Tam or whatever, thinking I was going to be fat when I actually wasn't fat, but of course I thought I was. And you'd spend hours at the gym smashing yourself and all of that kind of stuff. And for me, as I said, it was normal. She said, no, Sonya, this is not normal. You need some help. So I got some help in that aspect and came out of it the other side. And now I'm like, well, there must be so many other people out there the same. And I thought, well, my gift to them is giving back and helping others. Yeah. So this is how this, I guess, kind of all started.
Great. I think there's so many people out there who have issues and they don't realise their relationship with their mental health and their body and their food, and how that all just correlates into each other. I know my own partner, he's got a bit of body dysmorphia, and he's never going to be big enough. He's one of those gym junkies. He's like, oh, my muscles aren't big enough. I'm like, you're pretty big, babe.
Yeah, exactly.
We might have to talk if you get a bit bigger. No, I love him.
Yeah, exactly.
What's next then? I mean, you're probably already looking at the future after this.
Yeah, so it's funny that you say, well, not funny, but funny that you say that about your partner, because depending on the success of this book, I'd like to do one that's a bit more focused on boys, because this one's a little bit girl-centric, even though there's a message for children as a whole, it's a little bit girl-centric. So I'd like to do one for little boys who want to be bigger, or they want to look different, or they want bigger muscles or whatever. So I'd like to do something like that. And I'm also in comms with Taryn Brumfitt, who most people would know her from the body image movement, and she did the Embrace documentary, and she's doing a focus documentary now on kids called Embrace Kids. She's currently doing a tour promoting that. And yeah, as I said, I've been in comms with her and some other body image movement global ambassadors, and we're going to get together in October when her tour is finished to talk about how we can develop a program for children that we can develop and provide to children in schools. So yeah, all of us are across the globe, whether we're in Switzerland or Germany, different parts of Australia obviously, and we're just going to have the same sort of program that we'll go to schools and voluntarily do this for the kids.
Great. Hopefully. So it's not just a book, it's this worldwide massive group movement trying to get in there and engage children where they need it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it's been acknowledged that it's all good and well to focus on the adults and give them their mental health help that they need, but I think if we target the problem before it even starts, then we may sort of diminish having the issues later on.
Just like every other issue, isn't it? Give them the tools that you need to combat it in the first place. Give you the training so that you know when you go through those issues, or if you don't, just to combat them. You set people up, set themselves up.
Exactly. So we'll see how that goes. Baby steps. So the book for now, and then hopefully the boy book. And now that I've learnt so much doing this book, the other book won't be as long and difficult as this one has been. At least I've got all the people I need in the right place now, so it should be quite easy from now on.
And there's not many people talking about boys' body image issues either.
No, and with all of my research, it's really starting to become an issue. And I read an article the other day that was written by Senator Deborah O'Neill, who is the Assistant Shadow Labor Minister and also the Assistant Shadow Minister for Mental Health, and she spoke in depth of all these issues where we need to really target children, and she touched on boys having issues as well. So it's certainly something that is highlighted with the government, and they're wanting to do something about it. So I'm just wondering if they know how or where to go and that sort of stuff. So hopefully we can provide them a product so that they don't have to think. We're the think fairy for them, and then deliver that to them and hopefully get all of this stuff incorporated into schools. Fantastic.
Sounds like a great movement to me. I think the cover of the book is gorgeous.
Thank
very
you.
Cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Definitely going to have to pick up a copy for my nephew. Where can people find the book?
Even if they just Google Stormclouds to Sunshine, it'll come up. You can click on that. But they can go to my candles website, which is www.shiningcandles.com.au, and just click on the Stormclouds to Sunshine tab on that.
Fantastic. Wonderful. And you're on Instagram and Facebook as well?
Yes.
So the same thing?
Yep. Instagram is Stormclouds to Sunshine, and my Facebook page or Facebook group is Shining Light Girls. It's a forum where we can go in there as parents, carers, mothers, sisters, aunties, whatever, and share tips and hints and problems, and we can all work it out together. And I've also got some child psychologists that come in on the page, and also some nutritionists who offer some advice and help as well, and it's a way where people can have their questions answered. And it's also, we also have some fun body image memes as well, so which just sort of brings us back down to earth and reminds us that we're all perfect just the way we are.
And who doesn't love a good meme?
Exactly. Exactly.
It sounds like you've got a great little army behind you.
Trying.
Yeah. Getting there. So now we've just got to get this book out there, get people reading it.
Yeah, that'd be great. And it's not so much about the money, but it's just about the message. That's more than what we want to get out there. So we'll just see how we go.
Fantastic. So any way you'd like to end this?
I just have a bit of a slogan that I always use, and that is, children don't just decide to hate their bodies, we teach them. So, yeah, so I think once we start getting that message out there and start teaching them, I think the world will be a better place.
I 100% agree. Thank you very much. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks, Shayla.
This podcast was edited, published and produced by the RSLWA. Head to www.rslwa.org.au for other content. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook.